Hey everyone, Die76 here, back with another quick video guide. This time talking a little bit about attribute leveling, specifically breaking through all of your attributes and using strike cards and diamonds to make sure that they're maxed out. So taking a look at my Charizard here, you can see that all of his levels are maxed for special defense, speed, and HP. You can actually go beyond maxing them like shown here. Just because I spent a lot of diamonds and strike cards to make sure his speed value was above and beyond. Essentially, how the best method of doing this is to go to your monster and you're going to spam the training item when you have at least 200 attribute stones. Why 200? This will give you a lot of opportunity to get a breakthrough, at least 1 to 2. I just used 230 to get these breakthroughs just a few minutes ago. And then once you get down to about 50, so starting with 200, you're going to spam them at 1 with all of your lines unlocked and lock them. If you do get a breakthrough, just to keep that higher value, you don't have to lock it to keep the breakthrough, but it'll reset the lines in the breakthrough. It'll still stay as that lightning static there, but unfortunately you won't have those higher numbers at the moment. So I would recommend locking them and then keep going through until you get down to about 50 attribute stones. Why 50? This will give you some opportunity at that point to find a stopping point so that you can use the monster in battle. So I get down to about 50 and I keep training until I can find a decent HP and speed value or whatever your monster is to stop at, rather than having all of them very, very low. Because if you go all the way down to 0, then you might be stuck with HP at like 5 and speed at like 5. And then it's just going to be useless in battle until the next time you get a bunch of attribute stones. So when you do get a breakthrough, if you have any strike cards, they'll show up here. And all you got to do is click the breakthrough icon right there. And it'll add +1 into whatever your current number is. So my special defense value is currently at 105. All I got to do is hit this. And there you go, +1. And I can do that. I think at +8 it turns into... +9 it turns into 20 diamonds, and it'll keep adding up more and more diamonds just to get one more additional point. Strike through cards are only worth 10 diamonds, so whenever you're doing this, like if I had 2 strike through cards, I'd be able to break through using strike through, but otherwise I'm going to have to keep using diamonds. So just keep that in mind. If you do go on and unlock these and then keep re-rolling, you'll keep your plus value, but your base number will obviously change as if any number. So that's how you do breakthroughs in the game for attributes. That's very, very important to get a high power ratio. So it's definitely recommended to farm those attribute stones either in different events like this, where you can turn this item in, the fluff balls, for attribute stones, or of course daily you can go over to the Monster League, farming attribute stones there, as well as the Fated Enemy. That will give attribute stones every single day as you collect them from there. There are other avenues of getting attribute stones, but those are going to be your main ones.
Alright, so I'm going to go back to an old Sceptile example of when I used to work on him. So you can see here that I do start off with 206 stones like I had mentioned, and I'm going to shoot specifically for the lines that I want to use. I do end up getting lucky and getting the speed value on just my first few tries, which is abnormal. Don't expect to get, a breakthrough that quickly. I use breakthrough cards, as I mentioned before, which will eventually turn into diamonds at +9. And then I use 20 diamonds each, and I think it's around 50 that'll turn into 50 diamonds that I'll have to use just to get +1. But I do shoot over the speed value as shown. So you can see that kind of yellowish line from there. And then I go back, I lock that line, and I go back into trying to get another breakthrough. So I'll keep spamming that and hoping for anything pretty much but attack value, as attack value on a Sceptile is pretty useless. So I get lucky again within those 200 stones, and I do get an HP value breakthrough. So I end up spending more on that and then proceeding with trying to get another breakthrough with those rest of the stones that I have. Like I mentioned, I want to get down to about 50 stones and then from there find a stopping spot. So I keep hitting it, keep spamming it, and I get a physical defense value. So that's 3 within 200 stones, which is pretty lucky. Some of the times you'll get none. If you get more than 3, then you're extremely lucky. So I keep trying, and I end up finding a stopping point to use. So that's everything to attribute leveling. Also, I'm showing here that you can also do skill breakthroughs, pretty much using a hidden machine to unlock the extra spot for all of your passive skills, as I'll show in another video listed right here below. But other than those, that's everything about attribute leveling. You do need to do it to get your monsters more powerful. If you have any questions or comments, mention them below. If you like this